Hello everyone, it's Kristen here from the Dahlia Society. I've got a brand new make on today, feeling a little bit of the Western vibes. Yes, I have finally made my new Butano Friday Pattern Company shirt. I've got to say, I'm feeling pretty happy. I'm feeling a bit snazzy. I've got the boots on today. I have seen so many of these kind of Miller style shirts making a comeback. It really takes me back to being a kid in the 70s. I'm pretty sure I had a few of these checked shirts. I do remember having a couple of checked shirts with the silver thread through them and the matching stud buttons. So I was really happy to be able to make this with the little gold press stud kit that I have in store. Now this fabric is a beautiful Cosette fabric. It's a beautiful viscose from Cosette. I do have this still in store and I love the fine kind of gold or bronzy color thread. It's called Disco Checks. So I love it. I think it really matches the pattern perfectly. I wasn't going to make the little kerchief, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to be a bit bold and daring, and I think I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. Now, I've got to say, the pattern itself has got a wonderful sew-along. Head on over to Friday Pattern Company's YouTube channel, and Chelsea takes you through step by step the whole shirt sew along. So if you've never sewn a shirt before and you want to be taken through and have someone hold your hand through every single step, you can watch that video and it can take you through every single part of the shirt making process. She explains things like how important putting a fusible on certain areas are, and look, basically the whole collar construction I found really interesting. It's very similar to the Jenna style, the closet called Jenna shirt collar process, which is very different to what I'm used to. Now the Butano is more of a fitted style shirt, I would say, compared to what I'm used to. I've made quite a lot of oversized shirts lately, but this has got a little bit more of a neatness to the body. You've got bust darts, it gives you a really nice bit of shaping. So if you prefer more of a fitted silhouette than an oversized drop-shouldered silhouette, this is probably the shirt for you. I made it in the longer sleeve and I took a smidge off my sleeve length, but I probably didn't need to. I don't think the Friday Pattern Company shirts, the sleeves are pretty good. They're pretty accurate. So definitely don't take too much off because it's something you can fix up before you put your cuffs on. Yeah, I did the little press studs on the cuffs as well. I love the fact that you can take the kerchief off and have it like a little hair tie, a little headband. You can really do lots of things with it, but I really quite like the length and the thickness. It's not too overwhelming. It gives that shirt a nice little added Western touch. Now, I'm really happy with the fit of it. Size extra large was perfect for me. If you're wanting it more oversized around the body, I'll stand back and show you. There's not a great deal of ease throughout the body, but there's just enough for wearing over a pair of jeans. For having it hanging out. It'd be a lovely shirt to be wearing tucked in as well to a nice high-waisted pair of jeans or cords even. I love the version on the envelope with the short sleeve, that patchwork style print. I think it'd be a beautiful shirt to wear for summer and winter. A little bit of a different fit to the shirts that I've been used to. Jenna by Closet Core, Pattern Emporium, I've made the oversized Ocean Day shirt and also their all-in easy fit shirt. I'd say to be more on par with the easy fit shirt to fit through the body and the shoulders. Love the burrito style technique that Chelsea uses. Of course, she takes you through that. Don't be too intimidated by that. If you haven't done anything with burrito method, she shows you really, really well on the video tutorial there. Sometimes when you read through an instruction of a burrito technique, it can seem quite involved, but when you see it done in front of you, it makes all the difference having that tutorial there. So really, really happy with the Butano button-up shirt. I think it'll be a great little staple. I would also love to see it undone the front over maybe a t-shirt or a tank top. I think it'd be really nice hacked into a shirt dress, and I think Chelsea did say that in the future they're going to do a few hacks on this particular pattern as they have done on the saltwater slip recently. She showed you how to do a ruffle on that dress as well. It's a really nice little shirt. for heading out today. Definitely think about if you want to oversize it or definitely size up. Look at the finished garment measurements. You'll see there how much ease is around the body. But I'm really happy with the fit across the shoulders. That's one thing I find if I oversize too much around the bust in the middle, I'll get really big on the shoulders. So it's really handy if you want to do things like grading in and out of sizes. But they've got such a great size range on Friday Pattern Company patterns. I think they go up to a 7XL. This one at the moment is only in PDF format, so I would say eventually they'll be bringing it out on paper format. They do take a couple of months to catch up. And I know in my last pattern, new pattern video, I have a lot of people asking about new patterns, and usually they don't bring out paper patterns straight away. It is something they'll do in the process in the next few months after a new pattern is released. I think this would be a really lovely one to make in a flannel, cotton. So this one's a viscose. It looks like a cotton, but it's actually a viscose. It'd be beautiful for summer and something like a floral viscose or a georgette or crepe. If you want it a bit more floaty, of course, what you make it in will change the look of the garment. If you go for something like a linen or cotton, it'll give it a bit more of a structured look. And of course, the lighter floaty fabric will give it a more of a floaty look. But also things like checks and pattern matching, it's always great to make sure when you're cutting out on checks that you line up the checks for the mirrored image. Make sure they're perfect, because it is something that once you've cut it, it finding it quite hard to match it up if you've cut it out wrong. Do the best you can there with pattern matching. Of course, I'm no expert on that. I usually wing it. A lot of people will say to me, "Oh, you've done a great job pattern matching on that." I usually don't do pattern matching unless it is checks or plaid tartan, that kind of thing. I always find that I'll try a little bit harder to do things like pattern matching there. This time of year is beautiful. I must say I do appreciate the garden even in winter when it's looking a bit more sparse, because things like my Daphne are popping out. That is the most beautiful scented flower. I love it in a little vase next to the bed. Really high scented plant, the Daphne. So if you haven't planted one of those before, definitely think about looking into that. Really easy to maintain and care for, and you get the most beautiful delicate flowers that come out in winter time. And of course, not much else flowers in winter with that much high sort of scent. So I really appreciate it when it comes out this time of year. What are you up to? I'd love to hear in the comments what you're all sewing. The unwind sweater is a perfect one for me at the moment. I love making an unwind. I can have it done within an hour, basically cut out and finished off. It's one of those really simple patterns that's from Pattern Emporium, and I've made one in a rib stripe knit that I've had in the stash for a few years now. All of the beautiful Snow Queen boxes have been sent, so any day now you should be receiving your box if you've ordered one. We've had a really busy weekend putting all those orders together, and I think we've hit the record for the most boxes that we've sold. I think it's going to be a popular one. I hope you're going to love what we put into these, because we have really enjoyed coming up with this theme and putting some beautiful magic into these boxes. I always get a bit nervous when boxes go out, because I think to myself, are people going to love it as much as we do? But I think you will, because the fabric in those is just stunning. Now, we have got something very exciting coming to the store in the next week or so. We are venturing into a bit more of the wool. We have ordered some beautiful wools in from Florence in Italy. Absolutely gorgeous, chunky weight wool. They are on their way. Hopefully they'll be here by next week, but we've chosen some gorgeous colours, and it's something that's got me thinking about knitting again, how I'd like to get into the basics of knitting, maybe something simple, because knitting is something I haven't done for maybe 4 or 5 years now. I did do a lot of crocheting at one stage, and basically crocheted a beautiful big chunky rug and ended up hurting my wrist. I think the weight of the blanket was getting a bit much for the wrist, so I've got to be careful I don't overdo it with too much crocheting. But I think knitting is something that's you can sit down at night time, watch a bit of TV, and it tends to be a bit more a relaxing type of thing. So that is something I'm really excited about, to show you these beautiful wools that are coming. And I know a lot of people love the beautiful fine merinos we have in store from Lise Taylor, but the chunky wools are something totally different as well. So they are really, really exciting. Now, we've also just restocked the Vario tools and pliers in store, because I know a lot of you are waiting for those. We haven't had them for quite some time. Now, the creative tool is really handy for doing things like your press studs. If you find the tools are a little bit fiddly to use, or the pliers, they are wonderful tools to use and very, very handy to have in the sewing desk. I've had quite a few people reach out and ask me about favourite sweater style patterns. I think that I might have to do a video recapping all of my favourite jumper, sweater, wind cheater, whatever you call it, wherever you are. Things that are easy to whip up with some knit fabric, because they are really handy to make. They're very very easy. And I think the last one I did was about 3 or 4 years ago now. So I think that would be quite a few patterns that I could add to that list. So I want to make myself a jacket, like a zip-up hoodie style jacket. I think the Italia Jupe Danny could be the one I might be going for. I have seen some beautiful teddy fabrics that we'll be getting in the next couple of weeks as well, because we've got the boil wool in store. I've got lots and lots of boil wool garments. I think I've shown you guys on the last episode how many boil wool things I've made. I'm a bit addicted to the boil wool. Quality is just beautiful. But the teddy's a little bit more of a cuddlier, thicker, spongier style fabric. So I think a nice zip-up Danny jacket from Italia Jupe would be something I definitely think about making. But I'd love to get plans for my sewing for winter on the go for you guys to see what things are that are sort of swimming around in my mind, things that I'm thinking about making. I'll see you all soon for a video with all our new arrivals in store. It's always very exciting to do that. Now, we do have our special VIP discounts coming out every week for our email subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to the email, it'd be a great time to do that, and then you won't miss out on the special discounts that we have coming out once a week for the whole month of June. And yeah, of course, that competition is still running, all the giveaways. All you have to do is purchase something from the online store to be in the running to win one of these wonderful prizes. Take care. We'll see you all very shortly for a new episode. Bye for now.